a sheer pleasure to just remember and introduce you to a person whose profile is something that I had to literally point it out and list down all the things that he has been a part of. Before I tell you about the accolades that he has achieved at the national level, if you first start and think of his profile, to introduce him, so Devang has been a part of 2 boot camps. He has been a part of 2 grand quizzes, 1 national debate, 1 drama, 3 sports tournament, 3 marathons, including the first marathon that we did with Dream Adventures, second full marathon that we did with SRPF, third trekkathon. Devang has also been a part of the, he's also been a part of the CSN Reads community when it started. He was a part of the 3rd group of the Speak Up Sundays Public Speaking Club. He has been a part of 3 treks and he has been a part of 3 NDA visits. Then he has also been one of the key pioneers of establishing a movie club in PSL. So this is Devang's profile. Practically you might see him everywhere, and his journey started when he was just in grade 9th, and at that time, just as a schoolboy, he would come, and from that day on to this stage where last year in the month of September he gave the NDA written first attempt. He cleared that exam, appeared for SSB, cleared that SSB, appeared for CPSS, then cleared that. Uske baad there was Air Force Medicals. There he had some problem. After that, the medicals, he finally completed his re-medicals, and then finally he got an All India rank of 597. And the most significant part of this is that he became fit for the flying part, which is a very difficult thing. That is something which we'll also explore in the coming conversation. So I would like you to give a huge round of applause for what Devang has done. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Devang. Please take your seat. Okay. We'll try to keep it interactive. Whenever you feel like you have a question in your heart, please raise your hands. At the relevant intervals, we'll try to take your questions as well. And accordingly, Devang, first of all, before we start, feel free to speak your mind out. Whatever you have in your heart, feel free to share it with everyone. Okay. Are we loud enough? Is it audible at the last?
Yes.
Huh? Yes? Okay. Thank you so much. So Devang, if we have to start, let's start with who was Devang during 9th and 10th grade, and what all things he used to do back then.
To start, at that time I did not have any thing to do. I was just exploring new options for my career. At first I thought I'd do JEE or NEET or something like that. I explored commerce option also, but back then I got this thing that everyone is trying to crack JEE and NEET, and I did not have that personal interest to be into that field also. So I started exploring another options that I could do. So one of my seniors, he's our family friend, he's an IPS officer right now. So he came to our home and he told me about NDA. So I asked him numerous types of questions like what is the academy and what they do after completing it. So I explored this, and I from my father's friend I got to know about Prem sir, and then I came to PSL for the first time in my 9th standard. So back then it was just like I'll try to give the exam, and if I get through it then I'll join NDA. But it was during my 10th standard when I got serious, when I had my first visit to NDA with Manay Wangikar, as some of you may know him. So at that time I saw the nature, I saw the things that happen in NDA. I saw the academy at its whole. I saw the cadets training there. So that is the thing that I think sparked me to join the academy and like to try my best
Yes.
towards this careers.
Yeah. And prior to visiting NDA, you had also visited IIT Bombay.
Yeah. I also visited IIT Bombay. So that's the thing. Like the moment I entered IIT, I did not. I was not able to differentiate who is an IIT and who is not, because all the people there were, some were civilians walking, some other people from IIT, some were who were just there for some courses and all that. So I thought, ये सब IITians तो नहीं है ना, but the moment I stepped into NDA, I could differentiate between a cadet and a normal person. So I think that's the difference that I can tell.
Okay. And if we have to talk about the kind of things that you did in terms of hobbies, were you serious in your academics during 9th, 10th, or apart from academics, what all things you were involved in?
To be honest, during my 9th and 10th, the only seriousness that I got was prior to the exams. Like my company was like my friends were hooligans. They would drag me into activities like hanging out and all that. But prior to the exams, I'd get serious and I'd score good marks. So I'd not suggest anyone of you to do this. But in the age of 9th and 10th, I was not that serious. But after 10th, when I stepped into PSL, I got pretty much serious about NDA.
Okay. And if you have to talk about the extracurriculars that you were a part of, like tennis.
Yeah, like tennis was a big part of my life till my 10th standard. And like I played it on a district level, but I was not able to move ahead due to some things that like academics and all that. Also, I had some injuries during playing tennis. But I think sports was a thing that built up my endurance in like not only on the field but also in my classrooms and all that, in my academics also. So I think tennis was a very big part of my life, and I also did karate for 3 years of my life. So I think that also built up my resilience.
Great. If you can also throw some light on the kind of family background that you come from. Anyone in the family from defense or completely civilian?
Actually, I come from a completely civilian background. Like no one in my family is into defense or any kind of government jobs. My father is a businessman and my mother is a homemaker. But my mother saw this dream of me doing something for my country. At that time, I did not like have to serve my country through defense and all that. But she told me, you should do something for your country, anything social, like for the people and all that. But when she got to know about NDA from that IPS brother of mine, so she told me that you should definitely try for NDA. Like you'll be fit for it, like if you dream for it.
Was there any kind of confusion? Like when was the time when you think, yeah, now I have logged my this dream? Because in the initial phase, we were in the phase of exploration, explored a lot of things. But when was the day when you like completely logged in? Was it the time when you had actually gone with Manay to visit NDA, or was it afterwards when you did the NDA ka visit? When was it exactly?
Actually, it was during the time of my preparation. So as I've seen many of the people preparing for JEE, all the things that they do are basically academics only. 10 to 12 hours of their day they spend into academics. But I was a person that like I could not do that. So I wanted some kind of variances in my day. So I thought while preparing for NDA, I could do extracurriculars, I could participate in debates, I could participate into public speaking activities. So I thought like if my interest is in doing academics with doing all these things, so I think NDA is the best option for me.
Okay.
So after visiting NDA, when I got home and I like enrolled for the course of 04 batch. So as I went through the various days of the preparation, then I got to know that yeah, this is the best thing for me.
Okay. So if you have to talk about like once the dream is logged, that time, you know, there are 3 components in which we usually train. The first component is about the intellectual ability, because the exam is designed in a manner where the first stage itself is to prove your intellectual acumen. So how did you find the level of competence that is required in this examination? Were there any subjects in which you struggled with? And how did you manage your academics in this entire journey?
So as like some of you know that NDA like is an exam of vast syllabus. So I think the subject I struggled the most in was maths, and most of you would agree with me. So it is not like impossible to do or like very hard to do. Just if you divide the things properly, then I think it's conquerable. So the thing I practiced was studying with my course mates. That was the thing that I find the best. Uh, Many of the things you have to do solo, but I think the thing that pushes you the most are the people you prepare with, or the seniors that you associate with. So I think during my preparation, the subjects like physics, geography, and all that SSTR subjects I did with my course mates, and maths, chemistry, and all that I did solo or alone.
Okay, okay. So, like, how was your typical day like during the time of academics? I'm not talking about the near when you were approaching the first attempt. I'm talking about the initial phase of preparation. How was your day structured in terms of your timetable?
Yeah, so the reporting at PSL would be at 8 o'clock in the morning. The lectures would be stretched till 12:30 or 1. After that, we would get time for study hours till 5:30, and after that, I'd like personally do gymming. So my gym would last till 7:30 or 8, and then I'd end my day. So this would be the schedule for the day
yeah.
in the initial phase.
And on Sundays?
Sundays would be like Sunday sports was a regular thing that I did, and it was also a day when I like got out with my friends, had a little chat with my family and all that.
Yeah.
This was typical Sundays.
Okay. So you've also been a movie buff, you know,
Yeah.
you like to watch a lot of movies. So how would you manage that?
Yeah, movies like Sundays were the only day that I tried to watch a movie around that. And if I got really too tempted to watch a movie, then I would like some time of my day I would in the night or in the like when I would get time, then I would watch a movie and all. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. So while all these participations were going on, did you find it easy to manage your time both in academics and extracurriculars, or was it challenging?
At first, it was challenging, like to manage your academics and participation, all the things. So, but there is the thing when you complete that part, you feel satisfied that I did both and I performed both well in both. So, I think showing up or participation is a thing that you must try. But at initial phases, you'll find it difficult. But like when you once get through it, then it will be easy for you to do.
Okay. If you can recollect a few incidences in the initial phase of your training where you maybe made some mistakes, or maybe you didn't participate in a particular event or something like that, which you later realized in the middle of the preparation, yeah, this should be done, and then you participated.
I think once there was a guest talk of that sir came. He climbed Mount Everest, and I can't
Rafiq
remember.
Sheikh sir.
So I was not able to attend that. I guess it was on a Sunday,
Yeah.
and it was scheduled, and I was not able to attend that. But later, my friends told me that it was a very good session, and climbing Mount Everest is a very big thing, especially people who are not from a mountaineering background. So he was a police person, and he tried 2 times but failed, and in the third attempt he was able to climb Mount Everest. So stories like these are not regular. You will not get to hear these stories on a regular basis. So I think you should be present at times at like times like these. So this is the thing that I regret not able to attending that ceremony.
Okay. While preparing, were there any temptations that you struggled with?
Yeah, there were temptations, especially temptation of hanging out with my friends. So uh, in the ages of 11th, like when you are in 11th and 12th, you get these things like when your friends are hanging out, you like they call you, but due to my schedule I was not able to go. But I somewhere thought that this was right for me, because if I would have said yes to that at that time, then it would have been hard for me to crack NDA and all that. But yeah, temptations were surely there. Temptation of watching movies, of like playing games, of sports and all that. I also had tennis with me at that time, but the time was not permitting, so I had to crush down my temptations at that time.
Okay. So being busy actually helped you?
Yeah. It really helped me. Like being busy drags your mind from going uncontrollable. If you are idle, you get a lot of rubbish thoughts and all that. But being busy keeps you serene and calm. So that is the thing that helped me.
Okay. When was the point wherein in the training that you explored this aspect of book reading?
Yeah. So after I was done with my written, so I got very fond of reading defense books. So the first book I read was uh, India's Most Fearless, the first part. So after I like delved into the stories of brave hearts and all that, so that was like the fuel for me to prepare for SSB, because once you watch movies like these, once you read books like these, so you get to know that it's not only the preparation that fuels a person or that all that, but your country has bred people like most of the defense heroes, so you can also be a one. So that was the thing that helped me while book reading.
Okay. Any specific book that like really cling to your heart while you were reading and it
Kumar.
was
Kumar was the
Kumar,
book that I like the most. I think O6 has read it already.
Huh.
So Kumar was the book that I liked the most, knowing that the personality of Major Sudhir Kumar Walia was 360 degrees. He was a really good spokesperson, was a really good sports person. So Kumar was the book that inspired me a lot. So I personally like that.
And in terms of movies, if we have to talk about any movie that has had a lasting impression on your mind.
Like there are a lot of movies, but if I talk about a specific movie, then it would be Schindler's List.
Schindler's List. Okay.
Yeah. So that is a movie that I had like I I usually do not cry when I watch movies, but that was that like during that movie I cried a lot. So
Okay.
that was a movie that I liked.
Okay. What was the best part about preparing for written? Like, if you can take us through your schedule a couple of months before your first attempt, like maybe the months of July and August, which are the most crucial months. How was your schedule?
Schedule was so very busy. Like we had shifted our gears from like doing a lot of co-curricular onto focusing academics. So the self-study hours were really increased after that, after in the months of July and August. And the thing that I liked the most was preparing with my course mates, of course. So seeing them go through the same that I was going through was the thing that fueled me up, because they were also going through the same hit that I was going through. So that is the thing that I really liked, and that is the thing that kept me going also.
So how would you study together? Like you would discuss, you would solve questions.
Yeah, like every sort of thing. We took each other's vivas. We solved questions together. We gave vivas to Prem sir and all the other teachers. We would also have like some kind of group discussions regarding our studies. And when like we three, I, Anurag and Savani also had group discussion regarding SSB also. So everything that we did together was like it really helped me in my journey.
Okay. And in the initial phases, while you were preparing in the months of July and August, whenever you would give the mock, did you believe that you could get through? Were the scores coming in that range?
Like seeing them like marks of my maths and all that, I personally did not think I would get through. But over the course of that 2 to 3 months, sir really helped me conquering my maths and all that. So yeah, at the initial stages, I did not feel that I would be able to clear, because I was on the like borderline. And initially, like when the scores that you get in your mocks, so you can predict that the scores that you get in your real exam are going to be less than your mocks. So you have to be above average in your mocks.
Okay. So while you were preparing and while you had given the exam, were there any things that you understood about how to crack the written exam? If you can break down a process of this is the kind of way in which students can study maths, or that can give them the maximum results for English, for SST, if that can also be discussed.
The thing I found that like worked for me was focusing on accuracy rather than focusing on attempts. So in maths, in my first attempt, I attempted only 47 questions. So that is like bare minimum. But I did it with accuracy, that every question I do would be correct. So I think this is the thing that we should focus on. And also, at that time, our syllabus was not complete. It was only done like 70% of the syllabus. But important topics were covered, like calculus and all that was done. So I think doing everything will not get you through, but doing the important things to its very core will help you.
Okay. Anything for English or social sciences?
Like in my case, I only for maths I cleared the cutoff, but GAT was scoring for me. For English, I practice daily, like solving and all that. For SST and all, for SST, Saurabh sir really helped us. I referred to lectures of UPSC and all that. Also, uh, for SST, Prerna ma'am really helped us through go through history and all that. So I think to conquer SST, you have to read a lot, NCRT, newspapers, and all that. So yeah, SST. That was the thing with SST.
Okay. So far in the conversation, if there are any questions that you would like to ask, yes.
So, as you mentioned, the written syllabus is pretty vast. So, what would you prefer? Either completing the entire syllabus or choosing topics that are most frequently asked? Because recently the paper pattern has changed a little bit. So, it's very confusing whether we should complete the entire syllabus or pick the topics which are very much asked from the previous syllabus.
So, like I recently, I mentioned, the thing I did was doing important topics to its core. So, in recent paper of NDA, the pattern has changed in physics and chemistry. They are asking questions of 11th and 12th. Before it, they were asking questions of 9th and 10th, which were really easy. So, we cannot predict what UPSC is going to do in the real paper. But what I think is the time you have got for a preparation, that is the thing that matters. So if you are giving the September attempt, the syllabus is not going to be complete till then. So if you are doing 70% of it, then do it very nicely. So and if you are able to complete 100%, then it is well and good.
Okay. Anything? Yes.
Preparing for NDA, what is your distraction?
Distraction. The usual phones, Instagram and all that, games, and also friends who pull you to hang out with them. That was one of the things that was my
So
distraction.
the kind of friends that he's talking about is those who are not preparing for NDA.
Yeah.
These were friends who were not preparing for NDA, preparing for some other exams. Okay. So how did you manage with this phone distraction thing?
So the credit goes to Prem sir for phone distraction. Confiscation policy. I think you have heard of it, many of you. So that policy is very good. So I submitted my phone for 2 months to Prem sir, and it helped me. Confiscation policy. So you have to give it up. आप लोग बोलोगे कि मैं वो ऐप ऑन कर दूंगा तो नहीं देखूंगा, बट इट डज नॉट हैपन. टेम्पटेशंस तो आते ही रहेंगे. सो फोन दे दो, हो जाएगा.
All right. Yes.
So, the major part in the GAT paper is of English. How did you prepare for English? As you know, it's not possible to cover all the synonyms and antonyms, and that's very much scoring.
Yeah. This is the thing where preparing in a group helped me. So we divided our stuff. Vocabulary would be done by this person, grammar would be done by this person, and the vocabulary is really vast. There are 3,000 words. So 500 words would be done by me, and the other would be done by him. Then we'll exchange the material. So this is the thing that helped me in English. And also, I think when you work on spoken English now, your written English also it gets better. So when I watch movies, when I read books, then I got a better taste of grammar. So I was able to differentiate between what is right and what is wrong in my English paper. So I think that helped me a lot.
So, do you think going through each words helps, or reading a book or either newspaper would help more in English, or going through all the synonyms?
Going through all the words is a lot of work, but reading or watching some good English speakers giving speeches and all that, it helps because it develops your English from basic. But going through words is a lot of work. You cannot know every word. So I think reading is a better option, or developing your core English is a better option than going through everything.
Yes.
So, even during your preparation, you would have been today you just want to give up and leave everything and just go for something simple. So, what would you do at that point? What would recharge you up? No, I have to get back on my way.
Deadlines. we had our deadlines, like Saturday test, grand test. So I think when a short span of time is given to you to complete a task, you cannot drop it in the middle. So, and also the thing to, I had like this thing that agar aaj nahi jaunga to like attendance would be low. The thing of showing up. So I think give yourself deadlines. ये चीज आज खत्म ही करनी है. So that will make you show up or not give up.
Yes, Rudra.
So, when you were preparing for your exam, what was the feeling you struggled for it? It's because that time all were all feel very nervous. And how did you gain that confidence?
Like when I was sitting in the exam hall at that time.
Yeah, when you were preparing for your exam.
Yeah, so that time. At that time, yeah, I was nervous. Who is not? But the thing that made me not nervous is I don't know if like you all will agree with this. So I was chanting at that time. So it helped me a lot because it slowed down my heartbeat and all that. But there was also this one thing that helped me to get through it because at that time I was not alone in the hall. There were people sitting beside me, behind me. They were all going through the same thing. So I thought, yeah, I'm not alone in this. There are many people who are giving this exam. So it's fine. It's fine to be nervous. It's fine to like have some sweat on your palms. So, but if you have something to like focus on, so it can help you.
Shami.
Like, you can't give up because you have given birth to, especially your parents, your teachers, and leaving all those people, you have given a word to yourself. Okay, I'm gonna do this. So you can't just give up doing those things. But preparing for the morning makes a person very exhausted. So what all things would you do to make your mind free and again come back and sit for the studies, like in the break time and all other things?
So in the break time, the only thing that I would rely on was the people around me. So I had my friends in the academy. We had teachers like Saurabh sir and all that. So we would have discussions apart from academics. I would like regain us our energy. And also we had in the evening we had happy hours and all that. So I think these things recharged me during my preparation. And also my friends and me would something about the academics, but not in a way that would drain you. These were the things that we did, like taking some quizzes or friendly vivas and all that.
Okay. Yes.
Before the SSB interview,
Yeah.
what did you like focus on to build up your confidence and your vocabulary skills before appearing for the interview?
To build up my confidence, the thing I did was, so you need confidence when you're giving a lecturate or when you're preparing for the interview. So giving mock lecturates or giving mock interviews was the thing that I did here and in AFPA also. So that thing built up my confidence. And like when you speak in front of the same person, that does not help. But when you change your audience or when you switch to different people, that builds up your confidence. So every day in PSL, we gave lectures to different people. So that thing helped me gain my confidence. And what was the other question?
Vocabulary.
Vocabulary. For vocabulary, personally, I like my vocabulary got developed from watching movies. So I did not watch movies at the time of SSB, but before SSB or before my NDA preparation, I watched a lot of movies. So that helped me with my vocabulary.
All right. Yes.
Not everyone is on a good rate. Like right now you're talking so good.
Yeah.
But many people have like C's,
Yeah.
How do you go?
Until recently, I was also not a good orator. As like you are right now, also you are observing, I flutter a lot. Like I have this habit of speaking faster. But like when you're in need, like it comes out naturally. But the thing is, you have to initiate. That is the thing that matters. Also, speaking on podiums helps a lot. Like going up there, speaking to people, speaking to different kinds of people, that helps a lot.
Okay. So yes.
What was the thing you feared the most during SSP and how you overcame it?
During SSB. During SSB, the thing I feared the most was my personal interview, because you're sitting in front of a very well-reputed officer and you have to answer questions that are going to be unexpected. I mean, you know some of the questions, but you have to answer at that point very fluent in all that. So that is the thing that I feared the most. But like once I entered the room, I got comfortable. So the thing I started my interview with was a smile that made the interviewer also comfortable with me, and I also was comfortable with the interview. So I think to break the ice or to ease the situation, you should use some kind of uh, tricks or some kind of humor that can help you. So the thing I feared the most was the thing that I enjoyed the most at last.
Okay. So in this segment of written, what we can, maybe whatever points have been discussed is that the first stage was where you explored every option, whatever was available. The second stage was where you logged in that this is my goal and this is what I wish to do. You didn't just lock it, mentally, but you also visited the place, understood the entire environment and everything, and made an internal commitment and accordingly associated. Then, when the preparation started, you kept yourself busy to stay away from all the distractions, and then you also made a proper group, a nice academic and study oriented group that can help you. So and as the exams approached, whatever little sacrifices that one has to make, like giving up their phones or studying, so there were a lot of boot camps also in which you have participated. As of if I'm able to remember, there was this MCQ marathon also, where there was a target of solving 10,000 MCQs.
Yeah.
So do you remember how many MCQs you had reached?
I
You
was
remember?
like
7,000. Something was the target for your batch. Okay. But all these little things made you closer to the examination. Did you check today how many hours I'm studying, or was it like, were you physically there or mentally also you were into the game?
to reflect back upon our day was the thing that Darpan was there to fill in the last time of the day. So while filling Darpan, I recollected what I did through my day. I recollected how many hours have I studied. Also, have I done any extra co-curricular activities on that day. So I think Darpan really helped me to reflect back upon the things that I did on that day. So yeah, and also it helped me to plan my next day better, reflecting upon my mistakes on that day.
Would you journal on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, something?
Yeah, on a weekly basis I did, but on a daily basis I was not able to journal that much.
Okay. Now if we talk about the development of personality and the skills point of view which is required for the SSB, the first question that I would like to start in this segment is by you've mentioned how friends had a major role in making sure that you are also accountable and you are also studying well. When friendly groups come to studies and when they have this thing, so there are 2-3 things that come as challenges. One is there can be misunderstandings, miscommunications, comparisons. How did you and your group stayed away from all the negativity that might come while preparing in a group?
To start, for the importance of association, I would mention a quote from Brad Pitt. I think you have all heard of him. He was once reading a paragraph in which he read, "What is more important, the process or the destination?" And the answer to it was the company. So I think the company that I got in these 2 years was the most important thing in shaping my preparation, and it was the most selfless kind of thing we had between ourselves. No comparison between our scores. There were times when we were at our lowest. No one was able to score that much. The tests were getting harder, but there was no comparison or some kind of envy, like you are scoring higher and I'm not able to do that. So this also shaped a major part of my personality later when I got into SSB. That there also our groups were formed and I got to meet new people. So when I started my preparation, I had seen this movie in my childhood, Agent 47, if you have heard of it. In that movie, there is this quote, the very short quote that the narrator keeps saying, "I fly solo." That was my mindset when I started preparing. But I never completed that movie. In the end, the people who were along that hero helped him a lot to achieve something that he was longing for. So I think my seniors, the people, my comrades, my juniors also are the people who helped me achieve this feat. I will like, I'll say from the bottom of my heart, I would not be able to achieve this on my own. So I think that is the thing that matters.
Okay. So if we have to talk about apart from the company, when we have to talk about the process of exploration or internal exploration, and that time spirituality also,
Yeah.
matlab, when you were stressed and everything, you also accepted, because in the 9th and 10th there was a complete differently
Yeah.
version, and then in 11th or later on the later phase of 11th you also explored a bit of spirituality.
Yeah.
So if you can shed some light on that.
So during the course of my preparation, my mother encouraged me to practice some chanting, which would calm me down during stressful situations. So I started visiting temple ISKCON on a like weekly basis, and it helped me a lot really, because I don't know how, but when I was stressed or nervous, when my heartbeat was like going rushing, and I started chanting some mantras, it really slowed down. I don't know why, but it did. So I think relying on spirituality will help you in your preparation, not academically or some otherwise, but it will help you mentally. And I also did not give that much of time to it, but the amount of time I gave, I got rewarded by that. So I think that is the thing that you can practice.
Okay. SSB is a lot about psychology of how you perceive things and how your perspective is towards a particular thing. Were there any moments where you had to struggle with your own mindset? Preparations में ऐसे कोई phases where your body or your mind completely didn't want to, you knew that this is the right thing to do, but you could not. Were there moments like these?
Yeah, there were. So at first, this art of giving lectures was really hard for me, because there's this thing called stage fear and all that. So even though it was like very difficult for me to do, but so my seniors encouraged me to do it. The people who I was equal with encouraged me to do it, and eventually I like doing that. I got confidence in doing it. So I think even if it was hard, but still once I delved into it, I got like fond of it. So I think that is the thing that matters.
Okay. When it comes to SSB, how did you do your exploration with respect to self-awareness? I mean, there is a very important component of understanding one own self so that you are able to properly project it. Were there any things that you did to understand yourself better?
Yeah. So there was this set of questions that was given by Prem sir to us to reflect back upon ourselves. So I and Anurag practice that questions a lot. We research about ourselves, we research about our city, and in the interview you get a lot of questions about yourself. So to do that, I shed a light upon how my life was these last 2 years, and also writing it down really helps. Thinking is one thing, but once you jot it down, once you make notes of it, it really helps you remember. So, and also I took opinions from my friends, from my teachers, and these were the most unfiltered opinions. And even if they are not positive, they help you. So that is the thing that I.
Okay. Now, specifically when it comes to SSB, there was also a moment that I want all of you to know about his life. That while he was training for his SSB, a slightly tragic incident happened in his family. loss of his grandmother, and then while he was training, no one from the family communicated the message to him that this incident has happened. So after coming back from the training, after coming back from AFPA, and once you got to know, how was it like? And with just SSB 2 weeks across, he came from AFPA, there was only 2 weeks of time left for his actual SSB, and then he gets to know that this such an incident has happened. During that time, I think it is very difficult. How did you manage that, and how things were at that time?
The power to manage that, I got that power from my father actually. So knowing, like, he knew I had my SSB 2 weeks after that. So even though he was like broken from inside, he was so strong outside. He showed me that you have to focus on this. Like, this thing has passed now. You cannot do anything. Even though it was not a good thing and it had happened, but you have to do what you have got to do in the future. So all the power that I got was from my father. He was very strong at that time. My mother used to tell me that in front of me, he was like pretending to be very strong and very tough, but like when I was not around, he would easily break down because at last he had lost his mother. So I think my grandmother would also have wanted me to be focused, even if she would have been here right now. So yeah, it was like unexpected for me also, because I was at AFPA and I got the news 6 days after she had passed. So it was hard dealing with it in the initial days, but eventually the people around me motivated me to focus on my next task, and yeah, I got over it eventually.
Yeah. So I think this is a very important lesson or principle also, that no matter whatever is the task that is assigned, you approach it with an practical and a very service oriented manner, because that is what even that person would have also liked it. And I think now looking back, wherever your grandmother would be, she must be very pleased with whatever you have done so far.
Sure.
Right? Okay. If you have to talk about some of the interesting moments, SSBs is all about a lot of experiences, new people coming from all over India. Any new experiences or interesting experiences
yeah.
that you found there?
Apart from the regular tasks that happen at SSB, the new interest I found was playing billiards. So in every board you have this room called ante room, where you have got all sorts of game you can play. There's like you can chill there basically when you're free. So I became very fond of playing billiards there with Anurag, of course, and also talking to different people about their backgrounds, knowing what they have come through to reach SSB, and also some people were there who had recently, like me, lost their loved ones and all that. So it gave me different perspectives to look at people, that even though they're going through so much, but they show up to things, like, because it is important for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the thing that I did.
While you were performing your SSB task and everything, did you know on the day of conference that you would make it through?
I was really confident about my psychology tests. Like I did really good in that. In my interview, as I told, I was certainly, like, I knew I had done good, but not more than average. And GTO was not that good in my case. But I had an idea, like I could get recommended if they had give me some leads. But yeah, I was not sure.
Okay. Did you feel underconfident when you met students who might have come from Sainik schools, RIMCs?
Yeah. I felt, because if you, in the case of RIMC, every year their ranks are like very good. All India rank 1, 2, 3, all are from RIMC. So the students who are from Sainik school are like, they already train for SSB like when they get into the school. So yeah, it is like slightly underwhelming for us, but it's okay. You can also do it. So there were these 3 people from RIMC in our board, and only one of them got recommended from, like, he was from RNC. And also the thing that happened was there were 2 PRs and like a group of repeaters that got completely washed out. So this is also one of thing that even if you are recommended in the previous attempt, it is like there is no surety that they'll get recommended in the next one also. So yeah, you have to perform. Performance is all that matters.
So while you are in SSB and you have seen all these people getting rejected, or
Yeah.
so can you throw some light on what are the don'ts that one should not at all commit during these SSB days, or in general also in the preparation while they are grooming?
So I think SSB does not reject you because you're unworthy of something. It does this because you can do better, I think. So all the people that got rejected were like, they had the best personalities and all that, but they were not as much polished as the SSB wants. So the don'ts would be thinking about yourself. Like, selfishness is the thing that has the most surety of rejection, getting rejection at SSB. And some people are very casual. This is also a thing that I was surprised to see at SSB, because there were some people who were like making fun of the process. They were there just for fun. So yeah, respecting the stage where you are, like SSB is a very glorious place to be. So yeah, not be like being casual is a thing that you should not do. And also a team player is a thing that will get you selected. So, and not only a team player when like you're in the back rooms or when you're discussing with your friends, team player on ground. So we had these discussions in our like in our personal rooms that the next day there was GTO. So we'll give everyone a chance to speak. But it happens that when you are doing the actual group discussion, it does not happen. Like only one person is speaking or only 2 or 3 persons are speaking. So that is the thing you can practice.
Okay. Since you've had so many, we have repeatedly talked about having a good company.
Yeah.
If you can tell, you've had good relations, not just with your juniors, with your equals, with your seniors, with everyone. Can you tell 2-3 principles that you follow while this thing, or that comes naturally to you in building this relationship so well? Because I've seen you be in good company with almost everyone, and associate to the person in the best of your ability. You also try to give your best, and how do you create or manage this?
Like the first thing that I did when I got here was, here we have all got the same goal to achieve. We have like preparing for the same things ahead in life. So being on the same path and like committed to the same goal was a thing that like chained me with these people. And also the kind of association I got in PSL was like till my 10th standard I did not get that in my school also, such selfless association. So 2 things. One was the people that I got to be with were very selfless. They helped me in need, and also they had the same mindset that I had during my preparation. And third was it is not like should not be. It is not compulsory to be good at everything in terms of academics, in terms of sports. I have like been with people who are good at only one thing, but they're very good at it. So jack of all trades does not work every time. So it's fine.
Okay. You've also had very good relationships with your father.
Yeah.
Sometimes we see that in this age of growing up, it is difficult to have good bonds with the parents or the family members.
Yeah.
How did you manage that?
Yeah, like my father is very supportive towards me, and like we have a bond of like friends. We are like friends. So that does not mean that I don't respect him, but yeah, being supportive is the thing that he did for me the most. Even though when I was very underconfident during my SSB, I called him from that phone there, and I told him about my GTO that it did not go well. So he told me that it's fine. You have reached till this. That is okay for me. Even if you come back home, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
So this is the thing that like it took off the burden from me. So yeah, my father was very supportive towards me during these 2 years.
There was also a stage where I would also like to tell you or inform you all about that when he had come back from SSB after his medicals. I think he had come back on 15th of January.
Yeah.
15th of January, he finished his SSB,
No,
got
15th.
recommended.
16th of January.
16th of January, got recommended and everything. And then on 27th of January, 2026, he had his medicals in Delhi. Okay, so he had his medicals, and 10th of February, he had his 12th board exams. So, and medicals, as of you must know that Air Force medicals are one of the toughest medicals, and we do not know how much time it will last. And so the phase is that September 2025 he gave his written. December he completed his training for SSB, and the entire episode of losing his grandmother happened. In January, around 13th January, 13th January or 14th January, your SSB was there.
12th
12th
to
January.
16th.
12th to 16th, the SSB was there. 27th, his medicals is there. And 10th February, 12th board exams. English paper was the first paper. And so this was the entire thing. So how was it in the medicals?
So the medicals were tough for me during the first stage because there was this thing going on in my head that Air Force medicals are really tough. Till the last point, till my conference day, I was very confident that I'll get through. And not me, but everyone with me they were very confident that they'll get through. But once the conference was starting, then only 5 out of 18 people got fit. And some of the things that they got for TR were very unexpected. For me also, it was like very unexpected that I got a TR. But once they told me the reason for it, it was justified. So yeah, the first time the medicals lasted for around 7 days, and like at the end of it also, I was not able to clear it, but like I got to know about my body and all that, so it was fine.
For those of you who are new, so TR is temporary rejection. And if you can also tell what exactly was the reason?
The reason I got my TR was it was because of polycythemia. It is a condition where your blood is really thick and your hemoglobin levels are higher than expected. And the second one was ECG, electrocardiogram. It was regarding my heart. So it is a temporary thing, but it was curable. So I was able to work on it for like 2 months and reappear for my medicals again.
So this is where all the good inputs that Devang has done in terms of building such good relationships with all the people came in, like a blessing. His father was all throughout till the time the medicals happened. He was all throughout, contacting different people, staying in touch with Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Satish Dhage sir, getting appointments from the doctors, getting the blood test done, asking him to eat, to drink that गौती चा साहब है ना वो सब हर तरह के मतलब ये सारी चीजें फादर मदर कंप्लीटली इनटू इट. री मेडिकल्स का डेट और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के फर्स्ट पेपर का डेट सेम. यहाँ पे 12th का बोर्ड एग्जाम दे या री मेडिकल्स के लिए वापस दिल्ली जाए, और उसमें भी Devang had to prove कि I genuinely have this board exam paper, please give me a different date, and tell them about the communications. How many times that you might have communicated?
So like I don't remember, like I emailed them like 3 to 4 times. I tried different telephone numbers. I contacted friends that my sister had met during one of her training camps, and like it was very hard for me to get a hold of one of the person there. Actually, she was a lady officer. Inayat Kabir was her name, group captain. So once I got in contact with her, then I told my situation to her, and I also complained about that how I was not able to reach to the authorities and all that. So at that time she helped me to get through it, but it was really hard to contact them, and like you have got so many numbers to dial, but none of them work. So that is the thing that happened to me. But eventually, like at the very last, I was able to reschedule my medical, and
finally then the medical things got rescheduled, and in the re-medicals he was finally declared fit for flying. Okay, great. Yes. So this was the part related to SSB and all the things that went into building the skills and the personality that is required. Now, once again, let us open up for questions related to this segment. If you would like to explore how did he build his skill set or the mindset. Yes. Shavni?
Like me personally, I have seen your journey from like very close perspective. So I really like to ask you a question. Ki, you went through a lot of things. First, like medicals, you got TR. Then while you were in AFCAT, you lost your grandmother, and then some sort of things happened in merit. And you also knew that second attempt, which you're not prepared nicely. Every attempt was your last attempt. So I just want to know ki, how did you manage that pressure which was coming from all sides? Not people giving you, but your own mind is pressurizing you, and it's thinking about that thing. Ki, what would happen in future? Then how did you manage to like, handle all that pressure?
Uh, One of the thing that motivated me was like my other friends are also doing it, so why can't I? Because like the other people of O4 were also preparing for their second attempt. So I personally thought if they can, so why can't I? Even though there was pressure of boards and medicals, but you can get some hours of your day to prepare for it. And it was not that I was starting from scratch. I already knew some of the things. I was already good at many of the uh, subjects. So it was just I need to brush up the concepts, and I was well and good for that attempt. Uh, but the thing that motivated me was the other people that were preparing for the second attempt also. But like they were preparing with the same energy that they did for the first time. So yeah, like if they can, then why can't?
But also there's this one thing, Devang. I don't remember the last time you had complained about anything. You've never complained, if you see. Ki, why is this universe doing it to me? I've not done anything wrong to anyone. I've not harmed anyone. But still all these things are happening. The merit is slightly at this thing, re-medicals हो रहा है, boards आ रही है बीच में, सब हो रहा है. But you've never complained. At least verbally. I don't know what must be happening inside.
Yeah.
So if you can.
Like seeing people around me very hopeful towards me, I think if I start to complain na, like even their hopes would get down. And even my seniors, the people I'm equal with, my parents, teachers, even though these things were not working out for me, they were very hopeful that yeah, you'll get through. Seniors like Shawni ma'am, Prerna ma'am, Parinita ma'am, they were very hopeful towards me that yeah, you'll get through. It's fine. I have talked to my seniors. They're saying you'll get through. So their hope was the thing that like stopped me from complaining. That यार if they are hopeful, then why should I complain? वो बोल रहे तो यार उनका क्यों hope हिलाना? So I think the figure of company also comes here, and the blessings of my seniors also come.
Okay. One more thing, if we have to talk about, is the sense of situational awareness. Or for all of you, or for those of you who are fortunate enough to work with Devang, he has a tremendously good sense of situational awareness. When he's there in a situation, he can read people, he can read people's minds, he can read the demand of the situation and accordingly act. So all those people who have worked in trek coordination, NDA trip coordination, any kind of boot camp planning, any kind of event, so this is a very good quality that I personally have observed in you. Did you learn this quality from someone? How did you pick these things? Or were you always like this? Or does it come from your father, who also, like in my observation, is a very pretty stable kind of a person?
Yeah, of course. Like I think I have inherited some of these from my father, but not completely. I have seen my seniors work in coordination during the tournaments, and also when I was a junior here, I have seen people who are very best at organizing things. So as I've seen Soham Bhaiya, Parinita ma'am doing the tech organizing at that time. I have seen people like Sonali ma'am handling things in the academy. So I think seeing them do that has like had an impact on me, that I can also like try and perform in these kinds of things. And in the thing of situational awareness, I have like observed Prem sir a lot. So yeah.
Okay. any questions that yes?
Very few of us know about the CPSS test, and as you appeared and cleared it. So how is it like? And, I think most of the people here aspire for the flying grounds.
So CPSS is a it is not a test that everyone knows about. It is the full form is Computerized Pilot Selection System. Before that, it was called PABT, and they have changed it from like the last few years. So basically, what happens is there is a uh, plane cockpit that you have to sit in, and there are some games that you have to play. They're not games, but they check your reflexes basically. So there are 10 sets of games, and the criteria to select is very low because the test is really hard, and they check your coordination between your hands, your mind, your legs, and all that. And it is not a test that is like very hard to crack, but even if you miss the slightest, then you're not able to clear it. And it is a test that you're able to get only once in your life. Once you fail, then you'll not be able to opt for flying. So yeah, if you are aspiring for flying, then CPS is really important. And it is not a test for which you can prepare. It comes to you naturally. The things you can do is if you are good at driving, then you'll get to know. If you have played some games that check your hand and mind coordination, that will help you. So yeah.
Yes, Harjas.
I would like to ask that during a SSP interview, when the interviewer asks you that if you are not able to clear the NDA, then what you will do? So what was the answer?
Mm, at that time, when my interviewer asked me this question, I told him about my plan B, which was I'll give my second attempt of NDA. I'll try to work on the things that I've missed in this SSB. I'll try to clear it the next time. And even if it does not go that way, I'll somehow manage to do engineering and then opt for other exams like CDS and AFCAT. So this was my typical answer at that time. Yeah. Yes.
So how did you study the maths and how it become better?
So maths. For maths, the only thing that I did was practice. Basically, I was not that good at maths in initial stages, but by the guidance of Prem sir and other teachers like Gugesh sir, I I solved numerous types of worksheets. I solved reference books, and eventually it got better. And I think the thing I focused on was accuracy in the case of maths. So that helped me a lot. Yes.
Can you tell that what you was at the starting of this journey and what you are right now?
It's a major change.
Yeah, major change. I think at the starting of this journey, I was not very respectful towards my surroundings. But right now, I'm aware that what surrounds me. I respect that. I at first I was I was not confident to seek help also. But right now I find it is normal to seek help from even your juniors, your equals, your seniors. So it has changed me definitely in a positive way, and also I think confidence is the thing that has increased a lot in me, because in the initial stages I was not very confident regarding all my decisions, but I right now I feel very confident. Yes.
One of your mistake or any situation which taught you a lot, like about your preparation, like in the initial stage of your preparation, any mistake which taught you a lot for the paper and all interview.
In case of written, the mistake that I did repeatedly was I had got this advice to solve MCQs in a timely bound manner, but I was not able to follow that because uh, even if I started the timer, I did not give attention to that. I just did my solving. But I think that's very important to do, because at the time of your exams, the only thing that matters is the time, how you manage your time. So yeah, this mistake was the thing that I did during my written examination, and Yeah.
Can you please tell that what to observe at SSB or over the time period SSB, what to observe कि जो आप में है पर दूसरों में नहीं आता, दूसरों में आप में नहीं था.
मतलब, there are no such qualities that are like do not exist in a person. It is just that you need to polish them. Like the people that got rejected during my SSB were not like they are not worthy of it, or they are not fit for the job. It is just that they need more time to prepare, or they need more like flourishment in their personalities and all that. And qualities that uh, I found were like, in my case, in my group, I was a team player. So there were two people in our group who were just thinking about themselves getting recommended, but three of us were there who were giving chance equally to others. So I think the quality that existed in me during SSB was being a team player, or taking everyone with you.
So there are times during SSP or even our written interviews where we completely go blank.
Yeah.
Don't know what to think next. So how would you overcome that? Because there have been a lot of incidences in your life. which
Yeah,
you may have-
approach for help. Like you have got, if you have got very good people around you, then you can approach them. You can ask them for help. There is no such
during
shame
the
in.
exam or SSP.
So during that time, though, you're like by yourself. You have to like go through it. So there are some things that you can practice in case of like when you are anxious about something. So Novak Djokovic practices this a lot during his matches also. So there are some breathing techniques he does. So yeah, you can look it up on YouTube. You can find it. So breathing helps you calm down a lot. So
There's one more aspect that is really fascinating about his personality, that he knows how much to speak, where to speak, and where to stay silent. So that is also something. Has it been like a conscious thing? Were you aware of your speech? And matlab, whenever you will find, whenever you will interact with Deva, you'll find a different sense of, his speech would be different. And speech, as in, I'm not talking about a public speech, I'm talking about the way he converses. So
I think the thing in this case, humiliation teaches you a lot. I was not like this in the initial stages. I used to blabber a lot between people, but one or two instances when I got humiliated by people, I got pointed out that you should not do this, you should not do that. So I realized that it is okay to be silent. It is good to be silent at times. You can, and if you are silent at times and you speak when you're like when you're wanted to, then your point makes a very good sense, or it makes an effect. So I think, yeah, humiliation is the thing that taught me to stay silent at times.
okay. Yes, any questions?
Can you please define like your whole journey in the 10 sentence?
Sentence. Uh, it was like not completely in my favor, but by far it was the best journey that I had.
Yeah, one thing about his maintaining people to people contacts and people to people relationships is that in this journey there have been some of his friends who are not able to maintain those standards of commitment, which the exam requires or which the process requires, but he never looked down upon those people or those friends, and whenever the time was there he always encouraged them. So this is also a very fascinating aspect about his personality that I've observed. He didn't look down upon anyone who was not able to live up or match up to those standards. So he was still with them, so much so that that friend's mother would call Devang to tell कि एक बार इनसे बात करो और इनको अच्छे से encourage करो और ये करो. And Devang always maintained that. Not just that, whenever he used to have food or have his meals, he always made sure that he sits with everyone. So I remember that when he would come in the 9th standard and 10th standard, so he was friends with Aditya, and even during the lunch times, when everyone was together, he would always sit with Aditya and some of his seniors vagera. So in the class, he knew that I was with my regular friends. So apart from the class, during the lunch hours, he also made a point. I don't know how consciously he did it, but I think that is his nature, to never leave anyone alone. And that is the spirit, actually. That is the spirit of NDA, and that is the spirit of defense academies also. That to always think and to always factor in each and every person. So, that was also a key thing that I've observed. I remember when there were a few instances when I would ask his overstudy about how Devang is reporting, of how Devang is, doing. So we've had Yash also. So Yash, if you can also shed some light on your observance of how Devang's transformation has happened.
I was Devang overstudy during his 9th and 10th standard. Means at that time I was also too new to this process, and also I was not focusing on defense examination. I was preparing for UPSC, and he was the one of the youngest people in the PSL at that time. And I remember one incident. That day he was watching the reels in the heaven, and he was like sitting like this, and mirror was there. Glass, balcony glass. And I was able to see he's watching reels, and he was saying ki, "Bhaiya, I am reading federalism." So I just asked one question to him: meaning of federalism. He must be remembering those things. For 1 week continuously, I asked him the same question, and he was finally studying during his 10th when the boards was approaching. And after that time, when I shifted my focus towards my study. So he got a new overstudy, and from that time onwards, he started his preparation. And during his return, I was also the one to overview him and taking their vivas, Ravni, Anurag, and all those things. And during SSB also, I was also preparing with him during his SSB. Even my SSB was also there, and at that time also I have seen him transform a lot. Not only him, all of them. Shravani, Anurag, Soham was also there. So I am happy to watch them grow. Thank you.
Thank you. If we have to come back from where we started, in the introduction, like I've told you, he's been a part of so many treks, so many sports competition, public speaking events, CSN reads. Practically, whatever was the activity, we knew that he's there for that. So here, I would like to ask you about the participation thing. What is your mindset like? Whenever there is a competition, you are internally propelled to go about it, or it's like something that you force yourself, "Ki nahi ja." But what exactly do you think?
Initially, it was outsourced. It was like some other people forced me to participate, and that helped me to dwell into it and like develop a habit of a good participant. So when you know that you'll develop a certain habit if you participate into a specific thing, then it is good for you. So once I participated into that quiz competition at Kranti Shop, so I was very nervous to speak in front of a large audience. So like, what if I flutter a lot? What if I'm not able to ask questions that properly? But once I held that mic in my hand, the words came out naturally, and I was like, at that time I was the most fluent that I have been in my life. So I think initiating or participation is the thing that once you conquer that, then it is a very easy or a cakewalk for you ahead of that.
I would also like to ask Pranav, sir, his experiences of witnessing Devang, because Pranav has also seen this journey. So,
Devang is for almost like 4 years interested in Devang. I just the most important thing that I like about him is his transformation. How it's only few people know how he was when he was in ninth and tenth and how he is like now. So I started to believe in transformations. That transformations really happen in normal people like us. So that's the best thing Devang has taught me. And also in like you talked about participation. So in PSL we really have to approach everyone uh, in everything. Like even if someone is not studying or we have to tell them study, read books. So I never never remember that we asked something from Devang. He took it personally, he took initiatives in lot many things. And also about empathy he has for everyone, for seniors, for juniors, and also for teachers. So it is really difficult to have such a personality where you care for everyone and also your life too, where you are also achieving your goals. So it's really great to see Deva.
thank you. So, uh, so in conclusion, like, if there's anything, any piece of advice apart from all the beautiful things that you have shared, any single or let's say two pieces of advice that you would like to give to everyone, whosoever is there thinking that they might want to do something different with their lives, not just NDA or not just defense for that matter, anything. If they want to do something different, what can they do and how can they do it?
So when I completed my 10th, so a friend of mine was moving to Kota for his JEE preparation. So once my father heard that, so he called me and he asked me, he said, "What about you? Are you planning to do something like JEE or NEET? Should I book your tickets?" So at that time, I just thought for a second and I told him no, I don't want to. But I was not sure that I'll do NDA at that time. But I was pretty sure that I'm not going to do JEE because like it was not the thing for me. I think that decision has what brought me here, and courage. You have to be courageous to take such steps in your life. Like NDA is not a thing that everyone opts. Now, though, many people are like looking up to it, like trying to crack it, but it is a very glorious future if you see. And there is even if you like, there's this quote that everyone knows. Some goals are so worthy that it's glorious even to fail. So yeah, it is like that. So I think whatever you do, just think about it from a perspective of what glory I'll achieve after doing this, or what the people that surround me will think of me after that, or what change will I make in the society after I do this. So, and just not think about yourself. So that is the thing that rejects most of the people from this ISSB and all that. So yeah, be be selfless towards people. Help whenever you can, help whoever you can, and also have respect towards all your things, towards your preparation, towards your surroundings, towards your materialistic stuff, towards your paraphernalia and everything.
Yes, great. So, last one rapid fire from the audience. Quickly raise your hands and tell us what all things that you could pick from today's session, so that he also gets to know what are the points that stayed with you. Anyone? Yes, Bhavya.
Time boundedness.
Time boundedness in terms of all aspects. Deadlines, sticking to the deadlines, the point that he made quickly. Well, very good. Yes. Avni? Showing up matters. Okay. Still showing up in all the events. Wonderful. Swarit?
He was serious about his schedule.
Serious about the schedule.
Trying to stay away from distractions and building up your mind if you want to achieve something.
Yeah. Staying away from distractions by keeping yourself positively busy. Right. Rashi?
Collaboration with friends.
Collaboration with your
Without any
company.
envy.
Yeah. Selfless collaborations. Wonderful. Yes. Rugved?
Sometimes even company is good if they are good.
Yes. If you are good, then you naturally attract a good company. Wonderful. Anushka?
Sir, accuracy over attempts. Attempts is something we do, but we should do it actively.
Correct. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, Bhavya?
Not give up in any circumstances.
Hmm.
If you are good.
Yes. Do not give up. Yes. Arush?
Taking proper decisions at critical time.
Critical times. So, if we see, if anyone wants to know what faith is, what hope is, I think Devang's story is a story of exploration, building good company, sticking to the old school, simple, right things, not having any fuss about it, anywhere, making a humble, simple kind of a lifestyle, being a good team player. It's not necessarily that will always be the center of attention. Just by being a good team player, I think that is enough to bring the spotlight. His story is about, despite all the odds that come across your way, whether it is a personal loss, whether it is a medical challenge, whether it is examinations, whether it is anything, life can reward good guys also at the end of it. So that is something that we can pick from his story, and a really powerful way of living, Devang. Whatever these 2, 3, 4 years of transformation has been, I think it's actually amazing, and I think this is just the beginning. पिक्चर तो अभी बाकी है ना. जब एनडीए में जाएंगे, जब एकेडमी में वो जाना होगा, तो वहां पे तो और भी जबरदस्त लेवल ऑफ that is the time where actual wings would be deployed. So it would be a whole new game together, and we really wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And it has been actually a sheer privilege to have a student like you, and I'm speaking this not just on a personal level, on behalf of all the teachers, on behalf of all the team. It is really it has been a blessing to have a person like you. In fact, not just you, I would also say his family, because his father is so closely and nicely connected in every sense of the word. His father has been a very good patron of the academy, and हमेशा उन्होंने बहुत ऐसे सपोर्टिव भी हर चीज के मामले में सर रहते हैं. तो अमेजिंग डे है ना. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much everyone for yes, the ball is finally in our court. Now let us make the best use of whatever principles that we have discussed. Hopefully someday we might also get a chance to share our experiences with everyone. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Devang.